Welcome to Black Nouveau. This is our program for June. I'm Joanne Williams. There's a new member of the Black Nouveau family. Her name is Alexandria Mason, and you're going to meet Lexie later in this program. We'll also tell you how you can get a Black Nouveau t-shirt at Milwaukee's Juneteenth Day Celebration. We'll be there again this year with our cameras to meet you. Last summer, along with attending Juneteenth, we went to the garden at 9th and Ring. That's where Andre Lee Ellis says, "We got this." It's the successful mentoring program for young African-American males.
Well, you know, We Got This is an organization that started in June 2014 with a young man on my block on 9th and Ring, located in the 53206 zip code in Milwaukee, which was deemed one of the worst areas, zip codes to raise a black child in America. Well, when they were going to arrest the young man, I just stepped in and tried something different, offered him a job in the garden, the community garden we have on the corner, to pay him $5 an hour, $20. He worked hard. The next week he returned with some friends. And by the end of that first summer, we had 100 boys working, and we paid them only through Facebook posts on Saturdays and the people coming to pay them.
This is how the garden at 9th and Ring looked during its first summer as part of We Got This.
It was pretty trial and error. There was no real plan. I would get them here. We knew we had them here. I knew that I needed other men to come in and mentor, so we have guest speakers that come in and say things. The young men go and clean the streets. And can I tell you that when they clean the streets, it's a whole new neighborhood. The whole attitude of everybody changes. So they clean the street, they come back, we have snacks for them that are donated. Then they go off into groups and they have discussions about different subjects, or there's a question of the day or something, and I usually base that on the climate in the community. If we dealt with a lot of death in the community, then the question is, how do we stop it? If all the young men seem to be sad and depressed because they never knew their dad, then I have to explain to them how important it is to find an earth dad, because you don't have to be a birth dad. You can be the earth dad. And the earth dad can provide more because it's love, want to do, and a whole lot of different resources.
The summer session was successful. That fall, one of the young gardeners saw Andre and his wife dressed to go out.
And he said, "Wow, I ain't never wore a suit or a tuxedo. I wish I could go out to dinner dressed up like that."
That led to the creation of a Tuxedo Walk. The first year, 50 young men and 50 adult mentors shared a meal and fellowship. The successful summer and the Tuxedo Walk brought the program national attention.
The boys came up with the slogan, "From boys in the hood to gentlemen on the town." Once we got that national exposure on the Steve Harvey show, it made us national, and in some cases international. People start calling me from all over the country. Everybody wanted to start a tuxedo event. Everybody wanted to start a garden program, and you see many of them coming, and many of them were happening before us. But we were unique in the way that people would bring the donations just through Facebook or post that way.
This is how the garden looked last summer in its 5th season. We spent a number of Saturdays with Andre, the young men who participated, and the men and women from the community who were volunteering to make a difference.
Y'all think I'm playing? Keep thinking I'm playing. I'm closing the gate. Most of the young men that get in trouble don't pay attention to curfew at home. Most of them come from single family households, parent households, which is usually a single mother. And she struggles with the young men when they get 15, 16, 17, climbing out the window, not coming home on time, coming home hot for whatever reason, in whatever way that they do it. When you get a job, if you be late too much, they will fire you. Being on time keeps them focused. If I can be on time for work, I'll be on time for school. I'll be on time for my mama, and I'll be on time for all of the rules. Everybody cool? Yeah. Hey, let me see your driver's license. Come here once. Where your driver's license? Come here once, let me see. Come here once, let me see. Let me see your driver's license. Didn't I see you driving a car the other day?
Hey Scott, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see you.
I'm disappointed in you. You know what? Come here, y'all go ahead and get registered. Go ahead. Michael Coleman, if I have to say shut up twice, you're going home. So think about it. You only got 2 times for shut up. All right? Come here, Wes. No. No, check this out. Listen to me. When I walked into the juvenile justice center, you were sitting there. Why keep doing things that's going to take you to prison? You like boys? You like girls? They out here. Why keep doing things that's going to, you should not be behind the steering wheel? How old are you? We can get you a license. You are old enough. All we got to do is get you into a driver's ed program and you can have a license. And listen, son, the longer you wait for things, it means the older you're going to be. You get to stick around. The stuff you're trying to do too soon is going to take you out of here fast. That's why your buddies are dying. I need you to listen to me.
Okay, today is the 16th. I get one more person. Every Saturday in the morning in the garden, what I do is I go out, I prepare the table, I set it out with the paper, pens for them to sign in. I meet and greet them when they come in. I get hugs from some of the young guys. They give me hugs. If there's breakfast to be passed out, whether it be fruit, whether it be a granola bar, whether it be a donut or bagel, they will get that. They're more than welcome to eat the vegetables that they're in the garden because some of them do come and they are hungry. We feed them. So we need to know if they're allergic to nuts, if they're allergic to mayonnaise, if they're allergic to, some of them may not be able to eat certain foods. We need to know these things. I dare not give a child something and not know that they cannot have that. So that's very important that we need to know that information.
I grew up right around the corner, but I got one of these. So they can never say Burleigh didn't never have somebody who was educated. Clap your hands and make some noise.
The young men may do some work in the garden, and they may hear from guest speakers.
You see, when you want world respect, you build yourself, you get educated, and you decide that you're going to make your money giving hope. You're going to make your money giving dreams. You're going to make your money making the hood better than how you received it.
A unity, what do unity mean? Together, right? So that means we clap what? Together, all right? Let's do a unity clap. We're gonna start off real slow, and then we're gonna work our way faster and build up the momentum, okay?
Then they go into the neighborhood to clean up.
So when we go out on a clean up, really clean up. Don't spend time with your buddy talking unless y'all clean it up. And bring back the trash. Somebody collect the cans. So we're going to go in 4 directions today. So you may get 2 or 3 adults with you so that the pressure isn't on one. And we're going to send 12 to a group. And if you send the purpose was so that they go out where they live. You sit on the neighbor's step, they get to see you, they get to meet you. We don't know the young men in the community, and sometimes they get a really bad rap just for being young men. None of them are who they're going to become later. Some of the best ones may turn into the worst ones. Some of the worst ones may become the best ones.
Khalil Coleman has been involved with the program since its beginning.
Y'all ready? We don't need no mothers crying. Come on, y'all. We don't need no children dying. Hey, y'all, love you.
This is Darryl Whitley's first year as a mentor.
You know, it's really about just getting off the sidelines and being actively involved and changing the narrative when it comes to young men, black men in the city of Milwaukee. There can be a lot of negative headlines and talk about that in terms of what their futures will be like, even from a young age. So I just want to get involved and change that. I think the cleanup's important because it gives them a vested interest in their community, right? The neighbors also see them doing that, and so it's a feedback loop of just nothing but positivity. So they can spend their time and set a goal and achieve that goal, but also get a lot of feedback from the neighborhood. The neighbors coming off their porches, giving them donations and encouraging them. And hopefully they take that momentum to set goals during the school year.
Once the neighborhood cleanup is finished, The young men go into discussion groups. The topics vary, but a recurring theme is violence. In August of last year, Eric Williams, who previously worked in the garden, was gunned down. His young son, Doobie, was also critically injured in the same shooting.
You ever lost somebody to street violence?
Is there stand up for me.
Hello, 3 people.
3 people? All right, let's hear about it.
I lost my cousin Tuck.
How you lose him?
He was in the car, then somebody came out of nowhere and shot him. His brother left him.
I know my best friend from Chicago got killed. They ran in his house while he was asleep. They was attempting to rob him, and as he was trying to get away, they shot him in the head, and they shot him in the chest as well, and they shot his sister in the arm, and his sister had to drive all the way to the hospital with a bullet in her shoulder. So, like, my best friend is now dead. It happened this year.
And another thing I want to touch on was what he was saying about reacting in anger, because the way you react into a situation where you know you're angry is a big part in what happened in your future. Just like we grew up on the west side of Chicago, so the way that we reacted to a situation, it was very important for us, because if we reacted wrong, then that caused a reaction for somebody else that didn't know. Our lives possibly can be taken away. Cause there's not too many people out here that think like many people in this group. It's many people that think like, oh, I need revenge, or I need to make this right. You can never make it right. If somebody took a loved one from you, taking someone from who they with is not gonna make it right.
You know what that means? And when he's saying that's real, because what happens is when you're raised in a culture of hate and violence, you start to hate each other, or you thinking the only way to really get your anger out is to take it off on somebody else you see. So when he's talking about kind of a generational curse to say, it's really about hating each other and being in circumstances that cause some of that. So you guys got to really, what he's talking about, how the young brother talked about on the west side of Chicago. My father's from the south side of Chicago, so he would talk all the time about how he dealt with his problems. He did it with these all the time, to the point where he had to get locked up. So when you start talking about a curse, and you talking about generational curses and generational issues, you got to learn to respect each other. I think Brother Andre talked about respect, right, up on the microphone today. Respect is just about saying, yo, what's up, my man? How you doing, my brother? And if somebody says something, you've been able to walk away and be like, it's all good. I ain't, no problems.
I watched that movie.
Somebody else said that. Watch right here.
Last season, the garden offered reading lessons.
Our kids can't read. We have high school seniors coming out of school systems, because it's not just one, it's all, out of school systems, and they can't read. They don't go to higher education because they can't pass the general study stuff, and it's embarrassing to be able to say you can't read. I'd rather go get a girlfriend that can read everything to me than to go and learn how to read. The reading program helped us teach. We instituted the mobile library here, bring a book, take a book, although everybody takes a book and very few people bring a book, but just to see young black children in a zip code where they said it was the worst zip code in America, to raise a black child, to see them sitting in a community garden where the food is free, reading, says that not only are we enriching the body, but the spirit and the mind.
They held reading classes on Wednesday afternoons.
They are red roses. Bushes.
Bushes of them.
Bushes of them.
This neighborhood is predominantly, almost entirely, as far as I understand, an African-American neighborhood. And African-Americans have gotten the short end of the stick forever. And my purpose in being here largely is to help get equity for African Americans. And the way I can best do that is through young people. Why is the reading program here? Why is it important here? African American kids in the neighborhood need all the opportunity and assistance that they can get in their schoolwork and in their understanding of life. And I figured that I could help out with that. It's not entirely reading, there's a little bit of mentoring involved too.
Roshan and Nate Collins are brothers. They participated in the first summer of We Got This and now serve as mentors to the younger boys.
For the first year, I was just one of the people who just come in here pretty much for the $20. Didn't know what the garden had to offer. I thought it was just a good way to make a quick $20 and be about my day.
You got the energy and capacity inside you to do whatever it is you want to do.
You wasn't here to just rap, hoop, and die. You was born for a purpose.
What changed my mind was I started to realize all the important people that was coming to the garden. I started to see how important the garden was and how it could change my life, so I got a better connection with Andre. And when I got that connection, he showed me and guided me in a way that I've never been guided before. He showed me that I can turn this into a living. I can learn valuable lessons from just being here in the garden. Yeah, I love working with youth since I've been here and kind of got upgraded. I've been working with a lot of little kids. So when he started up the reading program, I thought that was an excellent way for me to reach more younger kids. I love helping kids with anything they want to be helped with, and especially for them to come to me and personally ask for my help is amazing. So it's something I love doing, I enjoy doing, and I couldn't read all that well myself, so it's helping the both of us, why I help them, and it's just great.
First year, I just came. He had us just clean up, doing the things we do now, and I used to just too much didn't participate in it, just really coming for the money and stuff like that. So, yeah, first year was kind of rough for me.
What changed?
I guess the talking with Andre and the other people that came, the people that came to see about us and tell us how important we are, and basically the talking and stuff that they did with me helped me figure out what I really want to do with my life, basically. The first year I came here, I was a bad kid. The second year I had got a 3.5 my sophomore year. Then my junior year I had got another 3.7. Then, basically it just helped me go on and focus on school and keep my mind straight and clear.
The garden has changed the neighborhood because it also has given our young boys in our community an outlet. They can come here, learn about gardening, as well as their community. They learn. Once the gardening season comes, the boys they gather. They along with Andre and several other gentlemen that comes with Andre, and they start the gardening procedures with planting and prepping the box for the garden. I grew up in this neighborhood. I moved away, but my family is still originated over here, and I'm this year I'll be 54, so I will say over 54 years.
The neighbors are welcome to the vegetables that are grown in the garden.
I enjoy coming around here to get fresh vegetables versus having to go to the store and buy them sometimes. But yeah, I enjoy cooking fresh things. I also enjoy gardening myself. I've started, honestly, since Andre started the garden a few years back, is what gave me the inspiration to do it at my own place when I wasn't living over this way. So,
the garden has changed the neighborhood in other ways as well.
As We Got This have grown, we've grown from just a gardening program on Saturdays for young black men to a community rejuvenation project. That's something. Revitalization. All of those words that you got to put in those proposals and grants when you want them done. But the real word is love and faith, and the community has taken it because now it's being proven that it helps. Here, all of a sudden, even your 12-year-old boy gets about $80 to $100 a week, a month, in the summertime when you didn't have it, and that's $100 that they could help with the rent or pay their telephone bill with, and many of them do buy a new pair of shoes. things like that. The community is phenomenal. This is my community. This is where I work. You don't see me really trying to work on Lake Drive or Highland Boulevard or anything like that. I work and live right here, and we're together. We were able to take our block from the number 1, number 2 highest crime block in the city, where we're not even out on the list anymore.
And with success comes change.
Andre Lee Ellison Company is a theater company that I've had for 20-something years, 501c3. We were the fiscal agent for the garden, but now the garden is applying for its own 1023, 501c3. We have a phenomenal board of directors that is coming in, and next year you're going to see something even different. You're going to see me pull back a little bit so that I can focus in here, and then I can have a group of people that can take care of the fiduciary things for the organization.
I first found out about We Got This right around 2015, started seeing a Facebook campaign ran by Andre, and he and I have a lot of mutual social media friends, and I just loved what he was doing in the garden, so I would come down periodically to show support, financially, to contribute to the young man. And I had a conversation with Andre later that year about, making this thing formal, and the sky was really the limit. There's so much potential in what he was doing, and I wanted to be a partner in it. Andre has done a phenomenal job for the first 5 years of really, nurturing this baby of We Got This, right? And he hasn't had a formal board to advise him and guide him and really think about how do we be strategic in our approach, and how do we develop a curriculum, So now we're taking a step back and asking all those questions. How are we measuring impact? How are we making sure that the time that we spend with those young boys in the garden from 8 to 12 is the most impactful time that we can possibly spend with them, and how can we continue to spread the message, to other individuals who want to get involved, other young men who want to get involved, potential donors, sponsors. So, the immediate plan is structure and be strategic. And again, the long-term plan is growth. How can we continue to grow and be sustainable in what we're doing throughout the city of Milwaukee?
The final Saturday was a joyful event for the young men. In addition to their final pay, they each received a backpack and school supplies. Doobie, the young man who was wounded when his father was killed, has recovered from his physical injuries. Andre's looking forward to him becoming a part of We Got This and leading a successful life. There was no Tuxedo Walk last year, but we couldn't look back on the first 5 years of We Got This without remembering them.
Young African-American young men need so much more than what we give them. And I wanted them to know that there was somebody, there was a place. And I also, in a slight way, thought that I could teach the government that it ain't that hard. Every kid got here because 2 adults decided or not decided. 2 adults did something to get them here. Now that we got them here, dagnabbit, why do we leave little black children to raise themselves? And we're graduating them out of school systems that way. If I haven't said anything, I want to say this. It's not that hard. Love is the key. I love the kids. I can't be a fraud. I have to be who I say I am to them. I can't have hidden agendas. I can't be anything other than the Earth Dad. I'm not the birth dad, but I am the Earth Dad.
On the count of 3, everybody, we got this. 1, 2, 3.
We got this! We got this!
1, 2, 3.
We got this!
And now it's time to meet Alexandria Lexie Mason. She's the newest member of the Black Nouveau family. Welcome, Lexie.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
Oh, good, good. Well, tell us about yourself.
I'm a Milwaukee native. I went to Tosa East for high school, did my undergrad in journalism at UW-Madison, and then I just wrapped up my master's at USC last year in Los Angeles. So from there, I went to Channel 4, where I was a digital producer, and now I'm here.
So why did you come back from Los Angeles? Why didn't you stay there and start your career?
Well, in addition to the sunshine, I really knew I wanted to come back to the community. I was interested in reporting jobs, digital jobs, and it's close to home, close to my boyfriend, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be a new opportunity to take everything I've learned in undergrad and grad school and bring it back home.
So tell me about your interest in Black Nouveau? Why'd you want to work with us?
Well, as a digital producer, I was mainly in the office and writing stories for the web, but I really missed being out in the community and reporting, connecting with people, interviewing, finding stories I was really interested in. So I think this was a great opportunity for me to combine my love for multimedia, but also getting back into interviewing people, going out to community events, interacting, things like that.
What kind of stories are you interested in telling?
I'm really interested in like urban health issues. So right now I'm working on something on Black maternal health. I think when I was in LA, I did a story on food deserts and accessing vegan diets in a food desert. So I'm really interested in things that impact the community, things that like health and other urban issues, I guess.
What do you think you want to bring to Black Nouveau, since you're coming from a younger perspective? What do you think you can bring to our program that we may not have seen before?
I think I can bring the multimedia component as far as just creating stories that live on air and online, finding different ways to engage viewers besides what we do on air, which is a great opportunity to experiment and try something new.
Well, you know, putting things online is as much work as putting things on the air.
Yeah.
You ready for all that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Lexie, thank you very much for joining us. This is Lexie Mason. She's the newest member of our Black Nouveau family. You're going to see her quite a lot on the air. Thanks for joining us. Join us next month for a special edition of Black Nouveau. We'll tape the program at Milwaukee's Juneteenth Day Celebration. We'll be set up on the corner of Martin Luther King Drive and Center Street. We'll cover the festivities, celebrate Mac Weddle's years of service to Northcott Neighborhood House, and give you an opportunity to win a free Black Nouveau t-shirt. We have 10 t-shirts to give away, 5 at 1 o'clock, 5 at 3 o'clock. To win one, you have to correctly answer 3 out of 5 questions about African-American history. No hints. There's more information on our website at milwaukeepbs.org. And that's our program for this month. For Black Nouveau, I'm Joanne Williams. Thanks for watching.